In the last group of videos, we made a SimplSharp template program or several programs so that we could use SimplSharp modules in Simple Windows. And now we're going to use that template to make a TCP server. Why a TCP server, you may ask? Well, Simple Windows does have a TCP server symbol, but you could only connect to it from one device. And if we make one in SimplSharp, then we'll be able to define how many devices can connect to that server. So for example, I don't know, maybe you have an iPad application and you want to connect more than one iPad to that server, then you'd be able to do that with this, or a web page, or whatever you dream up. So let's get started. I made a copy of that template file or that template folder. So my folder is called SimplSharp template copy. And I'm going to delete all of these compiled files here, and I'm going to rename everything. To use this in real life, I would want to rename everything, so we'll do that right now. And I'll just call this TCP server for the Simple Plus module. And then this guy over here, what will I call it? SimplSharp TCP server example. So piece of cake, no big deal. With the Visual Studio files though, it is a little more tricky. So I can change this folder and I'll call that SimplSharp TCP server. And we'll go in there. That was no big deal, but this file here, this solution file, will change its name and I'll call that SimplSharp TCP server as well, or I'll call it TCP server library. All right, and then we'll change the name, and then we have to open this file in Notepad and change a few things in there. So you could open Notepad first and say Control O to open it up, or you could right click and maybe that Notepad will be available for you. So we'll open that up in Notepad, make it big. And then wherever we see the name SimplSharp library template, we'll want to change that to SimplSharp TCP server library. And that's what I'll do here, here, and here. Great. So by doing that, Visual Studio should be happy with everything. So I'll save that and close it. And then we'll have to rename this folder here as well. And then inside that folder, we've got this CS project file, and we'll need to rename that too. So once all of that is renamed, everything should be happy, and we should be able to open that file with no errors or anything, and then we could start coding. So we see this opens up, the name of the solution is changed, and my class is still there, and I still have my SimplSharp library template and all the code I had from that copy file. Great. So in the next video, we'll actually get started with our TCP server. See you then.